In this video, I want to share with you 5 tips and tricks to enhance your experience in data processing and outputting of your results. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Rashid and welcome back to Epic Mentorship. If you are new here, consider liking and subscribing to our channel to keep enjoying related useful videos from us. Enough of the talking. Let's get started with the tips and tricks that I have for us today.
The first tip that I have for us is how to use the name range shortcut. So many of us are aware that if you select a particular set of data and you come over here and define it with any given parameter or any given name, for example, you can call this D. Whenever we want to call in this particular data, we can come to any cell and we say equal to, maybe we'll type D and hit enter. It's going to bring back all those parameters that we've saved. Now, what many people didn't know is that you can go beyond only selecting a particular set or a particular column to a group of data. Okay, so you could select a particular bunch of data and you could come over directly to formulas and you can come all the way to create from selection. Now, what you need to do here is this pop-up is to make sure that this top row is selected. Okay, once you select this top row, it's going to define these parameters according to the top row given here. So once you said okay, it has taken it, and whenever you want to call in a particular data, for example this column B, all you need to do is to say this cell is equal to column B and you hit enter, and it's going to bring back all this data down. We want to define this particular profit. You say it's equal to profit, and once you hit enter, you have it to yourself. So all the data are named accordingly at a single click, within a single click. So maybe you want to call in this P, you can just call and say it's called to P, and you hit enter and you have it down here displayed. The next tip that I have for us is how to use the advanced select option. Advanced select option is a very, very useful and handy feature because it allows you to directly highlight a given set of data and you can arrange or you can edit those set of data that you've selected accordingly without incorporating the others. So to make use of this particular feature, all you need to do is to stay on the home tab and navigate all the way down to find select. All right, we come here and say find, and for example within this set of data we can say I'm looking for India, for example, and say find all. So we can see it selected India, and we can do Control A to select all, and it highlights all India as a country within this data. So, and even when I close this selection tool, it's still going to remain selected. So I have the option to, I can arrange the data, I can color it to my liking, I can edit it to any form to seclude it from the others directly. So this is a very handy feature that you can use to actually bring out a particular set of data and carry out some operations within it. The next tip that I have for us is how to hide a cell within Microsoft Excel. So if you want to hide a particular cell and you want that particular formula that's contained in that cell to remain active and functional, there's a way you can do it. All right, so let's say this particular cell D3, it's defined as the product of B3 and C3, and you want to hide this particular cell. So all you need to do is to right click on it and come over down to format cells, and you come to custom, and then at this general point you can put 3 semicolons. You hit OK, and that particular cell is hidden. Okay, it's not going to be visible even though the particular operation is still active. So if I change this to 200, you will still find the same product down here effective, even though this particular cell is hidden. So to bring back the same cell, to unhide the same cell, all you need to do is to come back to it, right click and go back to format cells, and still come back to custom and remove these 3 semicolons and hit OK, and the cell is back to be visible. You can do that for a range of cells, even more than one, and still carry out your operations successfully. All right, the next tip that I have for us is how to use the Countblank function. Countblank function is a very useful function that it can directly count the number of blank spaces within a particular set of data for you. So assuming in this particular set of data, we have some blank spaces, and we want to know within this range how many blank spaces are available. So we'll come over here and say this particular cell should be equal to, we use the function count blank, and we open the bracket, and it asks for range. Okay, so we select this particular range, and we can close the bracket and hit enter, and it shows us that we have 5 blank spaces. And you can do the same using another function called count A to count the number of cells that are filled. So maybe you can say this equal to count A. Count A is a very good function that you can open up, and then it tells you select the range of values. So we say within the same set of data, we close and you hit enter, and it gives us there 55 filled cells. 55 filled cells. So this is very easy to use and very important for you to know how many spaces within a particular piece of data that are blank and those that are filled. So the last tip that I have for us today is called the goal-seek function. Goal-seek is part of the what-if analysis tool in Microsoft Excel. So it's very easy to use it whenever you have a given scenario. So I try to paint a particular scenario here. So you can use your discretion to maybe use your own intelligence to know what you want to predict, what the particular data you want to predict, maybe in your simulation work or in your particular data analysis, or in any kind of laboratory analysis. Maybe you want to bring in a particular set of data. So for example, we talk about products here. Okay, there are 3 products, and these are the quantities, and this is the price for each, for example, and these are the total meaning the quantity of that product times the price. So for this, we don't know how many pen drive we need to make a total of, our target is 165,000. We'll have the cost of pen drive to be 34, but how many do we need to get to 165,000? Because at the moment, this is the amount we have. So you have the option on your own to play around with this particular cell. You can say we need 87, and you see the value, it changes to 129. You can vary it to 34, and you see you will be moving closer and closer, or you can do this on your own to say maybe 45 and see how close you are to your target. But then the easiest way to do this is using the goal-seek function, right? So all you need to do is to select the particular target where you want the results to appear. So you come over to data over here, and you move straight to what if analysis. Click on what if, and you see goal-seek. You click on goal-seek. Now the function will ask you to set the cell, okay, the goal-seek cell, which we have selected here. This is where we want the goals to appear. To what value? Okay, so to which particular value are you targeting? So let's say in this case we are targeting 165,000 as it is here. So by changing cell, which cell are we going to change? Which cell are we going to value? So we put in B5, right? Once you select B5 and we click on OK, it's going to compute and tell us that we need 1,123 pen drives to get to 165,000. So I think this is very fantastic and easy to use. You can use your discretion to compute based on any kind of data that you have according to your own case study.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being with me up to this point. And I do hope that you have learned something today. If you do, kindly feel free to share with your friends. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to stay connected with this channel for more of our useful videos. Remember to apply these tips and tricks in your next data analysis so that you can enhance your output for your readers to better understand your results. I will see you in my next video. Bye.